Hi everyone. Hi every listener of Switch Nomad. We are back and like we never left and we are in episode 20. 20
Ooh.
episodes. And I'm so glad because OG is there. She's
Hi.
the one like she was the one having that idea and we put pressure on her to
That's true.
to go strong and publish what we do have in mind in basketball. But thanks for everyone following us on social media. Um, thanks for the support. Thanks for the players. Shout out to Divine AK. Lucy, I'll send you a video. He made a shout out to us, so it will be fun.
Oh.
He said tell OG that you guys need to talk about Nigeria more. I'm listening
Well,
every
Niger.
episode. I said, I
sorry.
said,
First of all,
I said,
i-
I said,
is
I
he not
said
listening when I'm
divine.
talking about Nigeria?
Exactly. I said
I talk
divine.
about them
If
like
you pay,
every episode.
but shout out to him and thanks for him for listening. Yeah, it's been great 20 episodes, and we're just gonna keep moving. Like with all of your supports, we're gonna still talk about basketball and more. And today is the day where it will be another duel between OG and P Funk. A redeem time.
Yeah. Rematch. I want a rematch. I was robbed last time.
You weren't robbed. You didn't know the answer to an Angola question.
Yeah, they tried to trick me. They tricked me. It was like, okay, that's too easy. No, it can't be. And then, yeah, it was,
I'm talking
Um,
about my co-host today. I'm glad to present P Funk himself. How are you, brother?
what it do, what it do, what it do. We're cool. We're cool. Episode like 20 episodes. I mean, hey, we grinding every day, trying to get more content, trying to get more gossip, trying to get
jeez.
more, yeah, trying to
Jeez.
get more basketball. And then yeah, that's what it is. African basketball needs to be the story needs to be told, not sold. We telling it.
Jeez.
That these words. OG, how are you? You've been missing since last
Yeah.
episode. Where
I,
you
I,
where you
yeah.
been?
I mean, I was working. Those that know, sometimes like money we have to make for facts. And also it's really cold. So those of you who are watching this on YouTube, you can see how cold I am. Yeah.
We're gonna keep the mic on with you. I just want you to share what you're thinking about episode 20 and a message that you can send to the fans.
First of all, thank you for sticking in with us. And if you're a day one listener, we love you for that and keep sharing the good news. And if you just arrived here, you're on this amazing journey with us and there's so much more to come. So if you love the game, if you love the culture, stick with the Swish Nomads.
Yes, ma'am.
And, and send a message to Divine AK so that he is making sure that he is being called on episode 20.
Mr. Eke, how you doing? That's all he needs. That's really what he wanted. That's what he wanted. He wanted me to shout him out, and you got that. You already know. I'll holler at you in it. Say less.
All right,
Let's keep it
let's
moving. I don't
dive.
want Georgia Bossy to get jealous.
Oh, but you're gonna talk about him in a few minutes.
I will be talking about him.
Let's jump in it. Let's dive in episode 20. We're gonna stay again with Carol because she had some hot topic for us today.
Let me just take off my shawl. Everybody get comfortable. And if you don't have some tea, grab some tea. Those who don't know about the drama that went down in the Sahara Conference, which was in Dakar, I'm going to outline the biggest points and then we're going to discuss them. So, this is the controversy again between Creo Star and the three import players they had who all happened to be American. Allegedly,
Allegedly, yeah.
yes, let's be very clear. Allegedly, contractual obligations were not met by the Creo Star team in that players were promised one thing at training camp and that was not delivered. Instead, something else was delivered. That's the first point. Point number two, there was a physical altercation, allegedly, between Cameron, oh, what's his last name?
Cameron Parker.
Cameron Parker and Anderson Carrera, in which Carrera allegedly hit Cameron Parker. Let's just leave that there for a minute. And the
Okay.
third thing is that 2 hours before the last game of the Sahara Conference, the American players were cut from the team. And not allegedly, there is a video of Anderson Carrera after they win, super hyped, super excited, saying, "We don't need the beep Americans." So I guess what I want to ask is what happened inside the Creo Star camp? Because it seems like a lot of things went on and it came to a head and then it just all exploded. So let's start with point number one, the contractual obligations. We discussed this in our group chat. Essentially, if you agree to terms and conditions, and that's on both sides, whether you're the player or you're the team, and you sign a contract, you are contractually obligated to fulfill that contract. So it is alleged that the players were supposed to be given hotels or apartments by the beach. When the players arrived, they had limited Wi-Fi, limited water, and limited to no electricity. And keys didn't work to certain aspects, so it wasn't a safe environment for them to be in. When they complained to the team, nothing was done, allegedly. And also, the coach did not stay in the hotel. Now, apparently, that's not true. The coach did stay in the same place as them, in the same accommodation, and it was the players that left and went to a hotel and paid out of their own pocket. So, my first question to you guys is, we don't know the full story of this situation, but who is in the right and who is in the wrong when it comes to contracts and players?
Okay, P Funk, you're the agent there.
Exactly.
I
I was
mean,
waiting for him to say something.
listen, teams, and that, I mean, I'm going to always stick by my players because I work for the players. There's a misconception between scouts and agents. You know, like scouts basically work for a team, and we agents we work for the players. We make sure they get paid on time. We make sure we go. There's litigation possible that we can go and try to fight for our players to get compensated for. You know, because it's not slavery. You know, you're not. You know, you say, hey, I'm going to give you 10,000 a month. You better get 10,000 a month. If you get 1,000 a month, it's 1,000 a month. But then don't promise. There's a lot of people that make a pitch, you know, try to be like, hey, listen, we're going to give you this, whatever. Stop paying, and then they know they don't have enough money to pay that player. You know, they make, oh yeah, first month they pay, second month they pay, third month. But it doesn't happen only in Africa. In Europe, it happens.
Oh,
In
wow.
South America now, it happens. You know, like there's there's something called the BAT. You guys, the FIBA Connection know the BAT. They it's full of there's full of cases of team X or you know whatever owing so much money to team the player you know at Y, and then what happens sometimes, and I've seen it happen. The whole team changes name. They take it a BAT. I
No.
swear to God. So imagine, like, let's say, I'm gonna team 1, 2, 3, whatever. You know, owes money to like a couple of players. They take them to court, and then the same team comes as team 3, 2, 1. It's I'm telling you, I've seen it happen. You know, and then they just, oh yeah, it's a different team, whatever, whatever. Oh yeah, take us to court down. But in my estimation, like players, they don't go and expect to be lowballed. They don't,
Mm.
shortchange. They don't do it. So in this case, if that did happen, it's the team's fault. The team, because a lot of teams they go and rely on a big sponsor, and sometimes that sponsorship falls through. And
Mm.
then you already made some promises. How are you gonna do it? Oh yeah, hey, do it for the love of the game. No, man, I do it for the love of the bills that I gotta pay. I got bills.
Facts.
I got mouths to feed. I'm not gonna,
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's people at home.
I know. And then a lot of times the
exactly.
teams go like, oh yeah, just do it a solid, whatever. I mean, if it listen, I'm not gonna go and reduce my value in order
Mm.
to appeal to you, be like, oh, I'm a loyal person, then you just cut me like this. No, no, no. In this
Mm.
case, it's the team's fault. If that really happened, allegedly. I'm not
Yeah.
saying listen, I got like I said, I have a for those who don't know, I'm an Angolan citizen. In Angola and Cape Verde, we have a very tight, I mean the all five Portuguese speaking African countries, we got, a very it's a we call each other brothers, like, and I have a lot of brothers on that team, you know. Um like I'm going to say shout out to Ivan, Joel, to Michael, to Anderson, Correa, to I mean, wait. I mean, I don't know the Americans. I don't know. You know, I've seen Anderson was he played with a player of mine in Portugal. I met him in Paris at the K54.
Mm.
He's you know like with whatever. I'm not like I said. I'm too close
Mm.
to be able to because hey, Anderson's my guy. I don't know this American guy, but you know, but sometimes your people, the people in your circle, they can do something wrong, and you can be accountable. They can be accountable for that. I'll be like, hey, listen, you did something wrong, but he's still gonna be my boy.
Yeah,
You
of
know,
course.
much
Because
respect to
that's
that
what
kid.
friends
You know,
that's what
like
friends
much
are.
respect. I call him D Wade. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. But then I don't know what happened. You know,
Mm.
I'm not keen. I mean, I was supposed to talk to him. We exchanged text messages. I don't. I mean, we have yet to talk. I was taking care of some other stuff I couldn't. But yeah, we'll. You know, hopefully nothing comes out of it in terms of because a lot of times that people like to sue, they like to do this. You know, if yeah, I don't know. Hopefully the kid is. I mean, I mean, there's a lot of testosterone. You know, like
Yeah.
these are
Exactly.
big athletic guys, and then yeah, you know, if and it's good that everything, whatever, if something happened, if something did happen, stays behind closed doors, and then there is an internal issue, internal Creole Star, you know, problem. They solve it, you know, but the thing is, I think is already escalated to a point that is, you know, there's no turning back. I guess I don't know.
I would say from when the players are putting out statements on social media, mediation hasn't worked. Because if mediation had worked, you would have found a balance with those players to be like, hey, whatever happened, we're sorry, you're sorry, let's part on good terms.
Yeah,
Let's, you know what I'm saying? But if the players felt the need to reach out and say like what they said on their own social media pages, and then others of us who were BAL adjacent, let's say, have heard those stories and I've seen the evidence, then I think for me, I'm waiting for Creo Star's statement, because right now the team actually hasn't said anything. They haven't denied anything. So now it's kind of like, well, if you didn't deny it, then something happened. The
Yeah,
BAL
and it
also
seems
haven't
to be
made a
true.
statement. Yeah, and also the BAL haven't made a statement. And the only reason I would say the BAL should make a statement is because it happened at their event.
true.
That's
Hmm.
the only reason I would say that. If it happened like on like outside of their event, on the way to their event, or even the stuff that happened at camp, it's got nothing to do with them because
Yeah,
they don't run that. They're not in charge of what teams do outside of their competition. But then it becomes like a safety issue, because
absolutely.
how did it get to a point that one player is attacked by another player allegedly at a tournament that you're in charge of? Like, how did we get here? Like, because that doesn't happen from nowhere. It's not like one person just walked into another person and then bang, they start fighting. That's No one does that. There has to have been points where these things escalated. Moving on to the final point about being cut 2 hours before the game. And also, if I'm right, Cameron Parker didn't play game three, or no, game four and game five, or game three and game four. I think that
Game
was due
four
to
and game five.
game four and game five. And I think that was due to the alleged assault as well. So then, after, to add insult to injury, you then get cut before the game. What does that say? And then on top of that, having Carrera say we don't need them, is that not solidifying that something has happened behind the scenes that we didn't know about, but now you want us to know about?
Well, do you want me to tell you? I
Yes,
won't
and
tell
that's why
you.
I paused. That's why I paused.
No, can I just because we talked about it on episode 19. We
Mhm,
mentioned the difference, the correlation between import players and domestic players, right?
mhm.
Uh,
Mm,
so if Creole Star they ended up making it
Yeah.
to the next phase, right? Without the so-called imports. In a way, Anderson is he's right saying, hey, listen, it's not like because there's not like this a certain team, a bunch of teams, you know, like that they just put okay, four imports and whatever, and then you're gonna hoop, blah blah blah, blah and then
Mhm.
the guys that actually made like led you to that point, they
Yeah.
just they glorified bench warmers and glorified court seat. You know, they got a
Mhm.
court. You know, but then to me, in my estimation, is this is the, the teams that more, I don't know, battle tested are the
Yes.
teams that the imports play the whole season
Mm.
prior to the BAL,
Yes,
you
agreed.
know,
Yeah.
and then they this chemistry, this camaraderie. It's not like, hey, listen, taking my minutes, you
Yeah,
know,
exactly.
and then so, but since Creole started, do they compete in a league, in a normal league? Because
Yeah,
um,
in Cape Verde, they play in their league.
yeah, but the thing is, uh, Ivan Almeida, he played. He was in Italy. He was in
Oh
Italy,
yeah,
so he
that's
was
true.
Spain.
Yeah.
So a lot of these players, I think Michael was in. He played for another team, and then he went to the States. So I don't actually know what's the intricacies of that league. Because I
Mm.
watch, because I know Predio, whatever, the ABC. There's all these teams over there, but then I don't know.
Mhm.
I don't get to see Creole because I think they got two leagues. They got
Yeah, they have
Praia.
two.
Yeah, so so they don't play on the federation
Oh, Federation. Yeah.
sanction league. Yeah, they play on the other one. So, like I said, whatever they do is working because they qualified. On
Facts.
top of teams that, on top of the team that. Oh, do you remember what he said? We got home court. We got home court. You remember? There's no way you're gonna be. We got home court. I was like, all right, cool. No, but I'm saying like we hopefully everything is gonna be cleared, and whatever happened is going to be like a misunderstanding, or hey, a fight between players, and then they leave it at that. You
Mm.
know don't make it something more than that. And if possible, if not, because a lot of times people press charges, assault charges.
Well, yeah, that's another thing.
Yeah.
you know
What's going to happen there? Because if it did happen, I think Mr. Parker is well within his rights to press charges. Like, how do you go
but
to
we
work
don't
and you
know.
get?
Yeah, but we don't know what happened. Like, what if, listen, me
Mhm.
playing basketball, I'm not gonna I wasn't the most zen player. I give you that. I wasn't. I'm not gonna try to be, I'm all holistic, whatever. No, no. I did my share of crazy stuff. And then one time there was a fight between during the game. It wasn't during the game on while we were playing. Like halftime, we went to the thing. There was a little, he said something, I said something, and then
Mm.
yeah. But then it was cool. Coach said, "What happened? Nothing happened. No one snitched. Nothing happened. Nothing." I'm telling you. Boom, 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 boom. The coach said, what happened? Nothing.
Mm.
Nothing. So that's the way it should be.
It should
Kept
be,
it
but
indoor.
it's the chemistry. It's the thing that you said. If they didn't have
Yeah.
good chemistry and energy from
Yeah.
the beginning,
Yeah,
I don't know
absolutely.
It
if
will
you can
affect
get
them.
into a tiff and then be okay afterwards.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
So, Cello, you were gonna tell us something. You're gonna share it.
Like if
Sharing
you
is caring.
if you are a Creole Star fan, and if you look at the 6 games, you'll see that um from game 1 to game 4 or game 3, or if you won the first round, the coach was making plays for Cameron Parker
Mhm,
and Patrick McLean,
mhm,
a son. But in the second round, they won 2 games, right?
mhm.
Those 2 games, it was because of that 70-year-old kid from
Mm.
Ooh.
He's the
Nigeria.
academy kid, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 And I don't want to to throw flowers to my guy, but because of the defense of Anderson Correa,
Hmm.
especially the last game, did you see how he played? It's like he wanted to prove something to the coach.
Yeah.
He told me, like, I can tell you guys that he told me, like, he wanted to show how Verde basketball is about. It's about
Fair.
heart. And once they represent the flag, nothing else matters. It's him
Mm,
and his guys against everyone else.
mm,
That dunk that he did at halftime, the buzzer beater dunk, it was a statement. Like
mm.
he looked at the bench before making that dunk. And at the end it was all tears because he told me that um they wanted him to play a certain type of basketball which is not his style of play.
Mm.
but he decided to play defense. And this defense that he played boost his offense and his offensive
Yeah,
skills. He was jumping, he was stealing, he was protecting the paint. Like he was playing 1 to 5.
yeah,
But I don't
And
think anyone denies that Anderson Carrera is an amazing talent. Like I've watched him since what 2021 AfroBasket.
yeah.
Like
me too.
he is a superstar. Like let's not take anything away from Mr. Carrera. He is a superstar. Pero,
But
are we speaking Spanish?
yeah,
But
but if you make plays for the import players and the local ones are getting restricted minutes, it's kind of
Mm.
Yeah.
it frustrates the players. Like
But that's not you don't
that.
but is that the player's fault? Like they're brought onto a team to do a
No,
job. They're being paid to do a job.
yes, exactly. But I rather, like, for me, it's like, even if you have free money, like they pay you and you do nothing, like it's quite cool. But at the end of the day, you're like, what am I here for? If they
Mm.
no- if they want me just to play some minutes. And once the coach did put the 17-year-old kids, it saw that the defense was quite good.
Mm.
First minutes for that kids, and it was like it was really hard. He was beefing with Patrick Gardner and
Can you imagine that?
the
17-year-old, you're going up against a national
yeah
star like
it,
that.
yeah it was going against Yannick Morera, P-Funk's brother, Patrick Gardner, every big, and the Almeida brothers was like, they were like, "Yo, Yannick, chill. It's 17. Like, don't don't
Don't
don't
hurt
do
him.
anything. Yeah, it's just 17. It's
He's a
just hyped."
baby.
But at the end of the
No, but
day,
at the
because
same
of him,
time, if you're Morera, are you actually gonna let that boy make you look like a fool? You're not gonna do it. 17 or not, he's here to do a job, yeah?
Yeah.
I'm here to do a job.
yeah,
You're not gonna come out
yeah,
here and embarrass me and make me feel stupid. No. I'm not gonna hurt the boy, but I need to pull down his ego because right now he's acting like he's on
exactly.
top of the world.
No, but he's freaky. He's a freak of nature, like super athletic. I mean, probably he was the best game of his career, like, cause
What is I'm gonna find his name.
and then, hey, but listen, he made a name
Ubwe
for himself.
or Ubo, something like Ubo
I'll
from
find it.
But
Keep
Nigeria.
listen,
Yeah,
going.
yeah, yeah.
you will see
But
that kid in some college campus
for
soon.
sure.
Believe me. The
But
kid
just
is
just
nice.
just to let you know, guys, yeah, just to let you know, guys, that for me, I'm not mad at the coach because he did everything that in his power to qualify the team,
Mm,
which needs to be respected. And he's a coach for
facts.
a reason. Yes, but if you look at the standpoint of the players, um, and as a fan, you need to bet more on the local players because they
Mm.
worked hard to get that qualifying ticket.
True.
Even
But
though
what
even though you know that on paper and on court the Americans have that competitive edge on shooting, on making plays and everything, but heart speaks louder, if you know what I mean, and that brings more energy to the local players. I'm not a
I
coach.
guess
We will see into the playoffs. That's all I can say.
I mean, I think that works in theory if your team then makes it. Because if your team then doesn't make it, the everyone will ask the coach, why didn't you play your import players? And this is the problem. As a coach, you have to find that healthy balance between, yes, we want to play the local players and we want them to shine and succeed and so on and so forth. But at the end of the day, I'm paying these players X amount of money to come and do a job. And the job is to get us to the next stage. And if my players can't hit those marks, then that's what these players are here for. And if he
Hmm.
doesn't, then he gets questioned or potentially fired by his bosses because they're like, but we gave you money, you spent the money, and you did nothing with
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
And just on the player's name, my Nigerian card is about to get revoked, but let's go. Lewis
Ooh, something,
Ik-
right?
Igbo Uro.
Ooh, okay.
Let's
Big,
go with that.
big ball.
Lucy, put his
Oh
picture
yeah.
up so everybody knows who he is. Lovely.
All right.
You're going to go
But
far, my
Can I
kid.
just one thing, like, I think Creole Star is a different type of vibe, because Creole Star I remember like when I went to K54, I went, like it was 2 years ago, and they competed as Creole Star. It
Mm.
was a national team without Eddie Tavares, without a couple of players over there, but like Ivan was there. Because what I learned throughout this journey was is that like it's a foundation that
Mm.
helps, that provides funds for Cape Verde, because Cape Verde is an island, a small island that I think a huge percentage of their GDP comes from immigrants. They send money home, and they're
Mm.
very, very proud, because a lot of Angolans immigrate too, but the Angolans that go immigrate makes the money come home. The Cape
Mm.
Verdeans, they like third generation, fourth generation, they in Portugal, they in the States, they in
Really?
Holland. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They like if you go to Boston, Boston is all Cape Verde.
Oh, for
Yeah, go to
real?
Boston.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Boston, because Boston's a huge Portuguese community, and there's a huge Cape Verdean
Oh,
community. Yeah, there's
okay.
direct flight. Yeah, and then there was
Okay.
a huge. If you think about it, like a lot of these Cape Verdean players, they studied in the States. They
Yes.
played
Yeah.
in the States. But it's not like second generation American. No, no, they from Cape Verdean, and then they go there. They have a lot of these. The parents are in the States and stuff like this. So they have a. I think Anderson, his dad, is in the States. Michael, I think his
Okay.
family is there. Yvonne, I don't know, but Yvonne studied in the States. He had his jersey retired from his school. He's an amazing.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
yeah. Ivan is come on, the kid is yeah. So, but I'm just saying, so it's a lot different. It feels different when that Creole jersey start is different than any American is going to go just a paycheck.
Yeah.
You know, it's just a
No,
paycheck.
it's true. Speaking of paychecks, there's also been allegations that Creole Star has not paid the three Americans the rest of their money. So,
Yet,
oh yeah,
yet, because they got
sorry.
to
What
come.
is okay? Talk to us, Mr. Agent. What are the
Yeah.
terms of the agreement when you're with a team? Like, how long do they have before they have to? Like, once the competition is over, how long
Let
before
me
you
tell
get your
you,
money?
I know, like, let's this the only example that I had dealing with BAL, with a BAL contract, no, with a player that was signed to go to BAL, was with, I don't want to mention, I know, the team. Okay, I can say the team was Petro. The player I'm not mentioning, but it's I remember he got paid. He got paid every month. He signed a 3 month contract. He got paid every month, and then there was some clauses regarding bonuses and stuff. But I don't know. I don't know how Creole Star did, because it was like a 2 week thing, 3 weeks.
Yeah.
If you
Well,
think
I
about it,
guess it was training camp plus the 2 weeks, right?
yeah, 3 weeks. I
Yeah,
don't think
3 weeks.
three. Okay, even if it's a month, yeah, let's say it's a
Okay.
month. So, but then check this out. You got a reason. Um, some of these players, in order for them to be able to attend training camp and stuff like this, they need to be available. They can't be on the
Mm.
team. Patrick Gardner, he was in the G League, so G League was over. He went.
He's
There's
available. Yeah.
It's available, but a lot of these kids, they can't go 1 month training camp. How? I mean, I got so
Yeah.
but there's a couple of players. There's like a handful of players, like probably like 10 players, 10, 15 players that they work the system. They signed, they
Ah.
finished the BL, they for one, oh, qualifying, road to BL. I finished, I go to another team, hop on another team. They know they got the Latin American market on lock, they got the Asian market on lock, and the
Ah.
African market on lock. And then gravitate towards these three markets. Because Europe, they want like an 8 month contract. You're not going to be able to
Yeah.
do that, you know?
But
Mm.
does that not wear them out as a I don't want to say as a product. That's a horrible thing to say, but like in terms of your career, if you're playing so hard every year, is that not shortening the length of your career?
I mean, listen, before people they used to quit like at what? Retire at 30-year old.
Mhm.
Come on, look at Amaya. He's 33.
Mm.
Dunking on fools. Look at my
Yeah,
jock. My jock is 36, right? He's like,
yeah.
look at my jock. Look at it. The guy
Looking
from
young and fresh.
yeah, Sliman, isn't it? Like 45, isn't he?
Suleiman is 45?
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
45 this year.
Yeah.
So like, you
Crazy.
have to understand, like, recovery now, the training methods are
Mm.
different. People know a lot more about the human body, mobility, uh, like recovery. A lot of times, like as before, and then check. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. these players, they used to like what, 2 a days. They play 2 a days. Boom, boom, boom. Practice 2 days. Practice 2 days, and then play on the weekend or one time during the week. Look at Real Madrid. Real Madrid play EuroLeague, play ACB, play Spanish Cup, play Super Cup, whatever. Play all these competitions. Um, I mean, your body is a machine. You train for that. So if they play, they f- look at the WNBA players. They play the whole season in Europe, go to the WNBA, finish the season, come back to Europe and play. They don't
That's
nonstop,
true.
nonstop.
Yeah, they
You
don't
know.
get a break.
So I mean,
Mhm.
yeah, it might be tough, but like it's hey, listen, there's a lot of money to be made in this game. So and these guys are taking advantage of it instead of just saying, oh yeah, I'm gonna stick to one little contract in uh,
Mm.
Uzbekistan, or I'm gonna play in whatever.
Uzbekistan.
Yeah, might as well. Hey, listen, get 20 G's here, 50 G's here, 40 G's here.
Mm. It all adds up at the end of the year.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah,
There you go. So I
yeah,
think
Uh,
it's
makes sense.
that's it from me for hot topics. I think there's still more to come from this story. I mainly because everything is alleged. So until we
yeah.
start seeing receipts, we don't know. But I yeah, let's see what happens next. Thank you.
All right, thank you, OG. Thank you, P-Funk. We're gonna roll to the next topic, which will be about a debate about African basketball, of course. And the question of the day is, what should we do in order to um, get recognized in terms of brand awareness? Talking about African basketball, and especially, I mentioned the National Federation. If you remember last time, guys, we were talking about government or activists, and I wanted to do a
Mm.
kind of part two because there was so much to be done and to be explained. And for this one, I want you guys to go in depth in that subject. And um, for you both guys, I just want to ask the first question, which is how basketball in Africa is doing. Let's start with you, OG.
I think African basketball is split into two things. We have the BAL, which people recognize as a brand and recognize as like the creme de la creme of African basketball. And then you have Afrobasket and women's Afrobasket. And the problem is, I don't think people hold, and just talking about the men's first, I don't think people hold Afrobasket and BAL to the same standard and think that they're of the same value. When to me, Afrobasket is of a higher value because it's a national tournament. Whereas the BAL is a club competition. But if you look at how the BAL presents itself, it presents as a national tournament. I say all of this to say, in terms of how we see basketball in Africa, I think before, because Afrobasket was only every 4 years, it got forgotten about not before, it still is now. It gets forgotten
Yeah,
about
but
very quickly.
before it was 2 years.
Yes,
Sorry,
before
sorry
it
to
was
interrupt
so
you.
yes.
Two.
When it was 2 years, I think it was fresh in everybody's mind. Everyone was on it. I think federations were able to get more money, teams were able to train more players up. Young people were more excited, maybe playing at school, playing in outdoor courts, because every 2 years we're gonna see this competition, not where there's just stars, but where we could be the stars. You could see yourself in what was happening. Now it's every 4 years. I think that's harder. I think you as a federation now have to wait 4 years to plan. You have to plan something in a 4 year cycle. How do you galvanize people and get people excited if the competition is in 2024 and you're in 2020 or 2021? Do you know what I mean? I
Mm,
think it's very difficult to get people excited about something that's so far away. So then now the
mhm,
new shiny toy, which is the BAL, is every year.
Yeah.
it
mhm.
it it takes some of the shine, it takes some of the glamour away, and essentially now this is the first time we're having the BAL and Afrobasket in the same year, and women's Afrobasket in the same year. Oh, sorry, the
Second time?
second time. But in terms of this time, the first time we still had COVID, so I'm not really counting that because fans weren't
Okay.
able to really experience it and take that in. Now this is the first time where like everything is open, everyone is able to access those things. I think it will be interesting to look at the fans. in the arenas. The thing about the BAL is they move around. So we're able to look at what happens in conference A, conference B, conference C, and then the final phase. And then you can kind of get a summation of like people who attended, plus you can see the numbers on YouTube about people that watched. With AfroBasket men and women, the men's is in two locations, two arenas in the same country, which is Angola, and the women's is in one arena in Cote d'Ivoire. Are we going to get big numbers for those games, especially the home teams? Are the home teams going to get packed out arenas for the games? Because we know with the not away, with the teams that are playing away, it's a lot more difficult for you to have fans fly in. For example, if you're Egypt, how many people can afford to fly from Egypt to Angola or from Tunisia to Angola? It's not as easy as and we've talked about this before. It's expensive to travel in Africa.
Yeah.
So I think the real test now is in this year, who gets the numbers, who gets the eyes, who gets the views, because that will dictate and tell us the stage of African basketball now for the audience and for the viewer. And I have a sneaky feeling that the BAL is going to win on this,
Right.
which isn't great. Go on.
Let me add your point. To cover, I mean, those 4 years span, there's a two year between that highlights local players through African, which is a brand new competition made by FIBA Africa. So
Mhm.
it's like every 2 years you will have men competition tournaments like Afrobasket. This year in 2027 you will have African.
But
My question is this.
go on.
My question is this for you, like even though this competition is brand new, like just two editions, um, what can you say and how do you think African or yeah, African first can put themselves in a stage where they can compete with um BL in terms of exposure?
Okay, so the first thing I want to say is in terms of the Afrocan competition, I think FIBA made a mistake. I think the last 4 years, the trend has been women's basketball and women's sport in general. So if you're going to make another competition, it should have been a women's one because that's where all the advertising money is going. That's where all the merchandise is going. That's where everybody wants to see women win and succeed. And it almost feels like Africa decided, oh, we don't care about women. We're just gonna we have Afro basket, we have the BAL, but now we're gonna have African. Sorry, what? What are we doing here? So I think in that respect, they made a mistake there. The second thing I'll say in terms of how they can market
Level
themselves
up
better,
so that it
and
will be like because you said that
yeah,
fans wants to see and attend the games and don't want
yes,
to forget that competition. I mean, basketball competition for the men's 4 years before
hmm
attending another men's competition. So if
hmm
African comes in between, what will be the next move?
I think African coming in between is a good idea. The problem is twofold. It's still a competition that is in a singular location. So you already have the problem of traveling for fans. So that's it. Whoever is hosting, the host will probably get like fans and then nearby countries if they're playing, but everybody else loses out. That's one. Number two, where is the competition being shown? Which national local television stations are running adverts? Where are the billboards? Where are the radio advertisements? Where's the newspaper advertisements to tell you that Afrocan is the next big thing and this is where you can see your local stars? Where are the local stars being put out by their federations to go and do interviews and to do press packs and to do meet and greets so we can get to know these players and find out a little bit about their history and be invested in them? And then on top of that, it's like, okay, African is coming, but they only tell us 6 months before it. If you're going to have a competition, tell everyone a year before and every month do something to let everybody know that this thing is happening. Because yes, the BAL runs from let's say
March to June.
March to June, and in those months we know about it. But even before that, the brand of the BAL is so strong that they'll release things randomly here and there and
Yeah.
just get stupid number of views.
Yeah.
Why why are we not doing that same type of marketing? If Afrocan is coming, you have the BBC World Service. Have you told people what's happening before even Afrobasket? Does the BBC World Service know about Afrobasket and women's Afrobasket? Yeah, the BBC World Service services how many countries globally? Let's be real about what we're doing. This is a marketing problem. You're not marketing your events in the right way to the right people. And
Yeah.
this is why you're not getting the exposure that you need to grow the game, not just the tournament, but the game on the continent itself.
That's a good point. P Funk. First question: what do you think about African basketball? And second question: Carol mentioned that BAL is marketing's way are impacting better in Africa. So don't you think that it's a copy and paste from the NBA that impacts either even better, or do you think that they just doing independent? And why not national federations and community here needs to do the same?
Um, can I start with the second question because the second question is gonna hit different because let me give you an example. I'm an
Mhm.
Angolan citizen. I unfortunately I don't live in Angola anymore. I went to Angola in 2022. I remember 2022. I went there. We still gonna. There was rumors that we're gonna host a window, this and that. Then I went again, 2023, by the window, the qualifying window, February, right? Yeah,
World Cup
February.
qualifier.
Yeah, February 24th. I landed. Yeah, and you drive around the city, you don't see a single poster, billboard of our players. You have. Listen, I talked to you. Mentioned Yannick one day. Yannick told me one day that he felt more loved at South Plains and SMU, Southern Methodist at the university,
Mm,
than at home. You go to South Plains, there's posters of Yannick. You go to SMU, there's posters of Yannick. You go to Maryland, Bruno's over there. You go to Montverde, Bruno's there. So I'm asking. Listen, we got a kid. We got a guy. We had not anymore. Unfortunately, but like we had a guy in the NBA, the only Angolan ever. There's nothing in Angola. No, I mean I see how the Portuguese of there's Namias Keita, this guy of Guinea-Bissau. His parents are from Guinea-Bissau. He was born in Portugal, played in Portugal. Then he went to Utah State, and then he's in NBA. He's in the NBA now, NBA champ. He has a documentary. He has a clothing line in Portugal. You go, they set up a huge mural with his face. There's
nice.
there's playgrounds with his face. In the Mia's kid or whatever. And we're talking about a kid. He don't. I mean, he doesn't look like the typical Portuguese. He's a black kid with dreadlocks. Da, 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 da. So Bruno's one of us. He was born and raised. It's like I'm not. It's not like so we got Bruno for a competition. He ended up staying. No, he was born there. He left when he was like 15, 16. Went to the States. It's a success story.
Mm,
Tell the story.
mm,
Mhm.
Tell the story. Don't be like. And then unfortunately, Angola has a tradition of not. I mean, I don't know. The same. What happened to Carlos last year? What happened to a lot? There's a lot of cases that the careers end badly in terms of
mm.
the transition. It's supposed to be a transition. Hey, you did great for the team, for the country, for your people. Listen, we're gonna have a World Cup qualifying window at home. It's a chance to say goodbye for your fans, to your fans.
Mm.
Boom, play. Go to the World Cup to say goodbye. I mean, Spain did it with Paul Gasol. Paul Gasol was 2 years without a
Yeah,
team. They
Mm.
the Gazov
signed him.
brothers. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Even Paul didn't have a team, so he signed with Barcelona, played a little bit, sent him to the Olympics. Goodbye.
Hmm.
Luis Scola did the same in
Yes,
Mm.
Argentina.
Argentina.
Carlos,
Yes,
yeah, Carlos Delfino did the same. So why can't
Ginobili did
yeah
the same as well.
yeah yeah
Mm.
they know how to. Hey, listen, it's a thank you. You're not the same
Yeah.
Luis Scola that but hey, we got listen. Cape Verde did this with Fidel Mendoza. Fidel
Mm.
Mendoza was the
Yes,
captain.
in the
Yes.
He's 39
qualifiers,
years. Yeah,
I
Yeah.
remember in
I
the
remember.
qualifiers
and the
they
World
I
did.
Cup,
remember.
and the
Yeah.
World Cup,
Yes,
and the World
Yeah.
Cup. And when he
And he was
retired,
proud as well.
there
He
you
was proud
go.
to
yes.
be able to have
Yeah,
that moment.
let him retire on top. Don't go in and try to like I don't know, bury your idols because you don't go, you don't like certain thing about him, whatever. Then it's my turn to go and make sure show you who's boss. No, you
Mm.
know. So to me, it's like this. Um, Coming from whether the BAL is a African Americanized version in terms of marketing, yes, it is, and it's
Mm.
working.
Yeah,
It's
that's the
working.
thing.
The arenas are full.
Mm.
There's like social media is flawless.
Mm.
There's come on, you turn on NBA TV, you watch the game.
That's crazy in itself, right?
So
Yeah.
that shows you the importance that African basketball, and then just the fact that a couple of these guys played in the BAL and they're playing in the NBA right now. Like this Boubacar Sane played in
G
BAL. He
League.
played in the NBA. He actually suited for the top team, and then also Thierry is going to be drafted hopefully
Mhm.
this year. Thierry
Please
played
Mhm.
God,
for, and
please.
then you have
Malwatch.
Kaman Malouache, you have
Yeah.
Ulrich, played for the
Ulrich,
Rock.
Chomchi,
Yeah, and
You have
now you
Ruben
have
Chinyelu.
Ruben. Yeah, so
Ruben. Yeah.
you have these kids that did that thing back home, and then now, hey, listen. I mean, of course, Senegal has a thing that they have Seed Academy, they have the NBA Academy,
Yeah.
whatever. But other African countries can send the top prospects over there.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's
Mhm.
not because it's in Senegal. I mean, there's four Angolans over there: Aginaldo,
Yeah.
Benson, George, and Manuel. Four of
Yeah.
them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Aginaldo's gonna go to college this year. George playing for Petro. Benson's gonna play for Jacksonville State. And then Manuel is still playing in high school. But yeah, but that's what I'm just saying. You can do that. This Nigerian kid that played for Creole Stars, hey,
Yeah.
he's a star.
Luis.
He's a star, himself.
Yeah.
So there are possibilities. It's a open. I mean, you can go places if people are gonna be like they're gonna see you. They're gonna be able to. You're gonna
That's the thing.
your exposure is gonna be 10x or 20x in the BL as opposed to AfroBasket.
Yeah.
And the fact that now it's 4 years, what is it? People's gonna be get fall into oblivion. I'm telling you
Yeah.
because you play because listen, Angola won 11, but because it was
Mm.
two every 2 years, so the
Yeah.
guys could play. Now it's
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
now there's like you're gonna be good if you can play two AfroBaskets.
Yeah, because it's too far apart.
You know?
It's not.
Yeah.
How do you create history? How do you create legends? How do you create the idea of like I want to be like that guy if you only see them like
Yeah.
two maybe three times in
Yeah.
their whole career
And the
in an
third
Incredible.
time he's
Afro
already
Yeah.
basket.
old. Third time he's already old, dragging
Mm.
The
himself.
third time,
That's the thing.
exactly. And that's if he starts young, like if he gets to the team 18, 19, 20,
Yeah.
something like that.
Otherwise it's over.
He's
Otherwise it's
going
Yeah,
to
over.
then
play
it's
maximum of
done.
what? Five or four Afrobaskets if he
No,
No,
starts at
nah,
18.
I don't
three.
think he'll
Three.
even do that.
Max. Three max.
Three
Yeah.
max.
Three
Yeah.
max. Yeah.
Mm.
Because
And
now
that's a
that
Mm.
shame.
yeah, true.
In
But I
terms,
got a question. I got a question.
yeah, but I had a
Those,
question for you still.
go ahead, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
Maybe you'll answer this one. We're gonna keep with you, and we want to know more about the African diaspora because you know better than any other people here because you based elsewhere and you've been mentoring those kids. So how the African diaspora can impact Africa to grow the basketball community, the African basketball community.
Um, you know what it is? There's a mistrust. Most of the time, there's a mistrust. Africans don't trust other Africans. You know, they come with this misconception that he's got an angle. Why is he doing this? He's being nice. He wants something from me. So because we were taught to be like this, to fear people that look like us. We were taught that.
Hmm.
Like Swish Nomads is a prime example. We can all work together. There's a Nigerian. You from Ivory Coast. I'm from Angola. There's Senegalese. There's a Madagascar guy. So we all work together. We forget our differences. We gotta have cultural differences. I mean, Caro is a Nigerian living in Spain, but growing up, born and raised in England. So she's getting something. She's not like the typical Nigerian that born in Lagos and stayed there. So she got something from Spain, she got something from London, from England. So and then she worked in an environment, a multicultural environment. So these are, I think, a lot of times people generalize Africans. We not like we 1 billion back home, right? And then probably another billion of African descent elsewhere or more. But if
Mm-hmm.
we work together with a kind heart, we want to help people. We want to, and then it's not doesn't have to be financially. Doesn't have to be, we can help people by first of all giving good advice. Last time you said, oh, who's advising these kids to go to the draft? Greedy people, greedy people. There's kids that have no chance of making it to the NBA. So and then if you go and put your name on the draft, whatever, you're not drafted, you can't go to college anymore. You lose your eligibility. So this is greedy people, one. And then I think we can all understand that, okay, we went somewhere. Some of us that went somewhere, learned something that otherwise wouldn't be able to learn at home, or if they did, it would be a little bit different. So we can come home, try to go home, and like not teach, because we're not about, it doesn't mean that the ones that stay don't know, but at
Mhm.
least like listen, let's go and sit down and discuss. Hey, the same they have the State of the Nation, right? And they do every year in every country, right? So yeah, state of the sport. How is basketball right now?
Mm-hmm.
What can be corrected? What can be improved? And then do like a little SWOT analysis. But then just make something and do something progressively. Don't expect, oh yeah, rely, oh, we did it, we won 11 Afro baskets doing this way, so that's the right way. No, it's not the right way, because the other 53 countries caught up.
Mm.
That's the
Mm.
thing.
Can I just add something
Uh,
to what you said? You
yeah,
said,
and I just want you to continue because I know that you're ready to throw stones, but we're gonna keep I like, to be honest, I really like your energy because you know how to reflect things the proper way, and I want you to outline the challenges because P-Funk was explaining and outlining, if we do this, maybe this one will happen. In terms of
Mhm.
challenges, what are the challenges, the different challenges that national federation are facing and how they can compensate? Because I know, like, one point that came straight out of what P-Funk said is that we won 11 Afro baskets, so we're gonna keep the same. And he said no. When the national federation are cutting up, for me, is not especially about Afro basket title. Marketing wise, there's national
Mhm.
federation doing better. In terms of gathering players and coaching them, there's national federation doing better, and so on and so forth. And at the end of the day, of course, AfroBasket champion is going to change each and every year. I mean, 4 year. I'm crossing my fingers. Maybe we'll be back to those 2 year span.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think it
yeah.
would be
Hopefully.
great.
Yeah, but go on.
Mm. Actually, your question related to one of the points I was going to make, but Pedro said something like it's not about teaching because it's not to say that we're coming to tell people we know better. I think in some aspects it is about teaching because there are some skills that lack in Africa that they don't have, not because they're not intelligent or smart, because they don't value those skills. They don't think that those
Mm,
jobs are important. One of those skills is social media. How many kids are going to study videography, photography, social media management, um, content management in university? Because
Yeah, true.
I
mm,
can tell you for free, born and raised in London, if I told my father I was going to study social media, he would have slapped me back to Lagos. That is not a job. Let's be very clear about it. So those guys who are in Africa, of course not. And then on top of that, how much does it cost for that equipment? How much does it cost to get video cameras and lenses, photo cameras and lenses, the MacBook or the laptop, the licenses for Adobe Premiere or After Effects or Audition? Then you need to find a teacher that can teach you those things.
True, 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 true.
So let's be real about the skills that people from the diaspora actually bring to Africa, because they have, like you said, we've experienced a different life, we've experienced different things. We have something else that's valuable to offer. And I think for the federations, this is where they fall down. Some federations don't respect or value what diaspora people bring to the table.
Some countries.
or some countries.
Federation of
Yes,
countries, yeah.
yes. Let's say some countries don't respect or value. And if you
Mhm.
did that, then you would have an enriched federation or an enriched country. Let's say, let's put it on country terms, because you're taking the people who are in your country that are doing a great job. You're adding people who have done a different type of job or a different way of doing it or have a different skill set, bringing them together and asking them to work together for the greater good. And that only benefits the people because now you have the best of both worlds. And then someone like me or like you, Pedro, can go back and say, well, this is how I learned how to do this. Let me show you. That
Yeah.
person takes that skill and they go and show somebody else. And then that person shows somebody else. Guess what? Now we have more social media managers. Now we
Yeah.
have more video editors. Now we have more photographers. But you can't learn something you don't even know exists. And this is the
Mm.
problem. We have to be the people to tell them this is a profession that you need. This is an aspect to your federation that you need. Marketing is a massive thing. There are people in the Philippines right now wearing Chicago Bulls t-shirts.
Yep.
Why?
Mm.
Why? Because of
That's a
marketing.
that's a good point.
Let's be real. It's about marketing. Because the Bulls, the Knicks, the Lakers, the Kings, Golden State Warriors, they are synonymous with basketball. They are names that you don't even need to say the full name. If I say Golden State, you know the next word is Warriors.
Warriors.
That's
Yeah.
it. There are some people, myself was included in this, who didn't even know where Golden State was. I just knew Curry played for them, and then I learned some facts. But we're not able to do that. And here's the best thing about now in this time of basketball is the same way Doncic put Slovenia on the map. We have Bruno putting Angola on the map.
Yeah.
You have Madi putting Madagascar on the map.
True.
We have all of these players who are in their different rights and different fields doing the work on their side. They're doing their job. It's now down to the federation to say, okay, how can we work together with this person to better market our brand as a basketball entity in this continent and globally? Well, and it sounds dumb. One of the biggest things me and Lucy used to talk about when we first started working in FIBA, this was at the 2019 World Cup. Why is everybody wearing Toronto Raptors jerseys? Why is not and you and you're laughing because you were wearing one too?
Who, me?
No, no, Pedro. Pedro was wearing one.
Bruno.
Oh, well, yeah, obviously, but that's not.
In Masai we trust. In
No, but my
Masai
thing
we
is
trust.
Bruno. I like Vince. I like and Bruno. Yeah.
But here's the thing. Why did the Angola Federation not produce jerseys, put it on a website and say, everybody come to this link, go and buy your fan merch?
That's
Mali
my
did the same,
concern
Nigeria
number
doing the same.
one.
Exactly. Not only does it bring brand awareness to your federation,
Revenue.
it brings dinero. It brings money that you can use to do other things in your federation. And one of the things when I asked them, they said, and there's lots of different reasons, but the main thing is like, how do you do it? How do you do it? And that's not to be disrespectful. You don't know what you don't know. And if you're in a boardroom of people and you all don't know the same thing, then you can't do it.
Mm.
And this is where you need people in the diaspora who do know how to do certain things, and you bring them in and you say, you do this job, you do it well, we will pay you for your work. And you pay them for their work. And guess what? You reap the benefits of that. Maybe not now, maybe not in 6 months, but in the next AfroBasket, 4 years' time, you're going to have young players wearing your merchandise,
Mm-hmm.
screaming the names of your players, wearing their names on their back instead of Doncic's.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Mm. Last word for you, P Funk, before heading out.
Yeah, can I just I'm just gonna tell you what needs to change. People need to understand that like the world has evolved, Africa has evolved. What worked in 1975, 1980 is not gonna work now. I'm gonna give you an example. Me and my partner, we were responsible of taking 21 kids to the States. We took them. They were in Angola, some were in Angola, some were in Portugal. They went to the States. We got them scholarships to go to first high school because And then we had people in the federation saying it's a mistake. The kids need to stay in Angola. I was like, oh, come on, please. I'm talking about two kids. There's two kids in particular. They were called up to go to the U18 Afrobasket. There was still the visa process, whatever. And then I was like, listen, if I gave him my advice, I didn't tell him what to do. I said, hey, if I was in your shoes, I wouldn't go, because where you can go, where you can accomplish is be seen by a school that's going to give you a scholarship to go to the States. You already got that. So you'll be missing important time. Like, first of all, learning the language, because we speak Portuguese. They don't, we have to learn the language, learning the American way of playing, learning, getting acclimated with your team, with your teammates, this and that. I think you should go. So they left the training camp. It wasn't like they were called up the final 12. No, left training camp and went to the States. I was called every name in the book, saying I wasn't patriotic. I was against Angola. I was like, listen, and I told him, I asked him, hey, so if these kids go to South Africa to play for AfroBasket U18 AfroBasket, they play whatever, they don't draw any attention, they come back. Are you gonna give them $30,000 for them to go and study in the States? No, right? No. So let them go. So let them, because they already got the visibility through our work. We got film. We sent, we got some connections. We sent the hey, listen, this kid is this. Is he really that good? Yeah, yeah. They already believe us because they see the track record. Um, and then what they did was a couple of guys that otherwise wouldn't be on that squad. They went, made a killing, made a name for themselves, and they're in the States too.
Nice.
So and my question is, do you understand like what is for you to as a player? Like 2 months ago, you were playing with a bunch of your friends, right? And
Mhm.
then you're guarding AJ DeBonza, number one player in the country. You guarding Cameron Boozer, number two player in the country. Darren Peterson, number three player in the country. Mikael Brown. So they were able to compete at that level, and it wasn't
Mm,
like
Mhm.
they didn't get destroyed. No, they were
mm,
holding their own. And then we talk about kids that were like 2-3 months in the States.
yeah.
And then the same thing happened to these Angolan guys. Are going to happen to Nigerians, to Sudanese,
Mm,
South Sudanese, to get the Senegalese, Ivory Coast. We got so much talent in the continent.
yeah.
They just need an opportunity. So, and then we understand. I've Guinea.
Yes.
Guinea, they won U16. The government from Guinea, they did a partnership, with the American embassy. They say, hey, we're gonna send kids over there. They got them scholarships. So they willingly promoted that because they said, hey,
Yeah.
alone, if they stayed here, they're gonna die as a player. So they're gonna go, the
Mm,
plateau's gonna be here. Now they
Mm.
got this guy out of fun, the big dude,
yeah.
number I think he's number 5 in the country in this class.
Mhm.
As a post player, killer. He's
Yeah.
gonna go. Then you see him in the NBA. Oh my God, he's so lucky. No, he's not lucky. The
He's not.
government decided that hey, this kid needs to leave.
Mm,
We brought him up to here. He got to go somewhere else. So we
Mm.
got to understand the same. South Africa got to understand the same.
yeah.
Namibia got to understand the same. Like I don't know, Ethiopia got to understand the
Yeah.
same. But they got other sports. But in the nutshell is this: we need to understand that our infrastructures, our training methods, they're obsolete. They're
For now,
obsolete.
though, I,
Yeah, I
I
know.
I agree. I agree with you. For now, I think what we need to do is recognize that there are some federations who know that, and like you said, they are finding ways to get their most talented players to where they need to be so that
There
they
you
will
go.
be successful in
Hmm.
the future.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But in the back end, that doesn't mean that you stop doing the work in your own country,
No, you
because
got to
there's
send
going to
players.
be
Mhm.
you
Mhm.
send players. Let's say you have 100 players and you're able to send 50 players away. You still have 50 players that are your responsibility. So it's important that you, as the federation, you do the work, build the arenas, build the basketball
Yeah,
courts in the schools, have the league systems, train the
true.
coaches, train the social
Yeah,
media stuff, and then
yeah.
also let those players know if you don't make it as a basketball player, there are
There's
other
other.
jobs you can
Yeah,
do,
Exactly.
yeah.
because that's also growing the game. That's also growing the business of basketball. But if we just continually export our talent
Yeah.
and we never do the work at home, in 20 years later, we'll be sitting here having the same conversation.
True, true. Absolutely.
Shall we do part three?
Yeah, we'll go to part three. Yeah.
All right. I'm booking it for episode 25, if I'm hosting, of course. Thank you, guys. We need to switch to the next one, which is the announcement of the Nile Conference of the Basketball Africa League Season 5. Uh, Part 1 and 2 have been great. You know, the vibe in Dakar has been amazing. Like, I can tell you that, and you missed a lot, guys.
Yeah.
Hopefully, hopefully we won't have any beefing between Jigo and P-Funk about Petro and Ezri the Dakar. I really like that video. It was it was so much fun. But yeah, we need to move to
I'm
four
hosting it. I'm
four,
hosting it. I'm hosting it.
of course. So this time we will have four teams that will compete from May 17th to the 20th. And these
Mhm.
teams are Al Ali Tripoli of Libya. You have the home team, the host, APR, Armée Patrick Rwandaise, or if you want, of Rwanda. You have Nairobi City Thunder, which got their qualifying ticket from the road to BAL last year. And the club that we should not mention the name from South Africa, which is made by basketball, or if you want, MBB.
Hmm.
So, OG, you have the
Why are you coming to
words.
me
Don't
first?
be, you know, right? But
What
I
do you want
want
to
you
know?
to,
What do you want to know?
I, I want you to present me the teams. Starting by Al Hali.
Okay. First of all, I just want to make a statement that this is going to be my least favorite conference of all of them. I'm just going to throw it out there. Okay. All right. Um, Al Ali of Tripoli, I actually have love for them because I love Mohamed Sadi. If you don't know, he plays for the national team of Libya and they recently qualified to Afro Basket. And it was a vibe in that arena. So I'm looking forward to seeing him ball out with his teammate Badarouche, which I've obviously said wrong, but please love me anyway. The new additions to the team are some people that you will know. And if you don't know, you should know because I talk about them a lot. Let's start with Asim Marai from Egypt national team. Handsome, which is obviously the most important thing. But apart from that, he's a very good player. He's been playing on the national team since I believe he was 18.
Yeah,
He
he
brings a
used to
lot
do
to.
the under 16 and under 18
Oh,
African
sorry.
Championship.
Yes, and under 16. Yes, I did. I didn't see any video of that. I've only seen his AfroBasket accolades. Accolades. That's it.
Yeah.
Um, what does he bring to the team? Length, hops, basketball acumen. I want to say that it's great, but sometimes I feel like I watch Marie and I'm lost in his eyes and he's lost in the sauce. He's just there. Do you know what I mean? Looking
Mm.
pretty, smiling for the cameras. He looks wonderful, but sometimes it takes a little second for him to connect. So, and I say that lovingly, but let's be honest, a spade is a spade. So I'm hoping that that'll be different with this team. I hopefully like training camp has got them to gel together and he's a little bit
Mhm.
quicker off the mark. Next, obviously your boy Jean-Jacques Boissy. Hey, how you doing? It's been a while. I haven't seen you in a minute. So, holla you go. Um, what to say about Jean-Jacques that hasn't been said before? Handsome, very well dressed, great hair, good teeth, nice eyes. But we should probably talk about
Basketball.
how.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Okay,
Is
sorry.
it Pop the
Um,
Balloon or something?
um, what he brings to the table is speed and basketball acumen. We've talked about this before. He doesn't always make the best decisions, but when he's on, he's on. When he turns up, it's very difficult to slow him down and stop him. And I think that's something Al Ali Tripoli doesn't necessarily have. They think they have speed, and it's like watching Roadrunner and a tortoise play. And Tripoli are not Roadrunner in this situation. So what he's going to do is bring more speed and force everybody to play faster basketball and not rush, sorry, fast break down the court and hopefully give them a little bit more accuracy. My problem with Boasi will be because he doesn't make good decisions sometimes, he might rush the play and then force a turnover. And this is where we need to be a little bit more careful with him. Then Dean
Mhm.
Thompson from Cote d'Ivoire, or as Pedro likes to say, America.
Yeah.
He
Is that the island boy?
he's coming to the team. I'll be honest, I haven't seen Thomas since the last World Cup. I don't think he played in any of the qualifiers because we had Costello.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
was last time on the African competition 2019 World Cup.
Oh, okay. Yeah. It's a while.
I think
So I
I
can
think
on
so. Oh no
okay.
no 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 no, my bad. He played the qualifiers for Cote d'Ivoire in 2020 in Cameroon
Into
for
okay.
AfroBasket 2021. Yeah,
Okay. So
yeah.
what I will say is, from what I remember, he's a solid player. He's somebody who's going to give you good minutes, good defensive play, and give you some baskets. How he's going to fit in with the Tripoli team is what I'm wondering, because he likes to play methodical basketball. If from what I remember, and Tripoli don't play methodical basketball. There's play. So it will be interesting to see how he reins that in, or how the coach works him into the system to
Yeah.
give them something that's a little bit more formulated. And then the final one I want to recognize, Devin, this one is for you. Caleb Agada from Nigeria. Okay. He also played in the qualifiers. Strong shot. Wow. Strong, sharp shooter. There we go. Um, Strong in the paint, strong in the, well, he's stronger in the paint than I would say outside. He's a better talker, very good at communicating. He gets a rise out of his teammates and out of the energy that's on court. And that's what I think will be good for him in Tripoli, because Tripoli have a lot of energy. They have a lot of positivity and good vibes. Him and Sadi, I think, will be a really great connection because they'll just bring the vibe. And I think that that vibe can help them overcome some of the challenges that they're going to face. He's a great, solid piece to add to the team. And again, if the coach can get them to gel together, I think that's a team that we need to watch out for in the Nile Conference. And I'll
One
pass it over
question.
to you guys. Yeah,
One question.
yeah.
Do you think that it's because Nigeria did beat Libya during the qualifiers that they selected him?
I mean, that's a good question. I mean, if you're smart, I would say yeah. You would look at
Like,
who
you can
did
beat
beat you
him, take
and
him.
who's available. Yeah,
Like, if you
he
can beat him, take him.
yeah, take him. And if he works with the team, and that's why I said it's an interesting mix of players that they've got.
Hmm.
So I'm interested to see how that, like, who's the starting five going to be. I'm interested to see how that works and to watch their first quarter, and the first quarter and the last quarter, because that will be telling. The first quarter they're just going to work out the kinks, and they'll, I promise you what's going to happen is they're going to have a lot of turnovers. It's going to be up and down basketball because they're still figuring out what they're doing. By the fourth quarter, we're going to see this is how the team is going to play during the competition of that first game, and that will determine whether they win or lose.
Cool. Thank you. Funk, let's give it back to you. What do you have for us?
Um, like, listen, despite what a lot of people say, they try to put us against each other. Me and my South African brothers. I have no beef with you guys at all. We got to represent the South. The South will rise again.
What?
Okay, so that's for starters. They try to
Mm,
come with this supposedly alleged beef between me and Cape Town Tigers. None at all. None whatsoever. No, it was just a friend. It was just beef. Like no, but friendly. It was just a friendly rivalry between because it's come on, they are neighbors from the south and then they called themselves the new powerhouse of Africa basketball, and I questioned them, because I was like, hey, you forgot about us. And I was like, no, but what I said was like, before you call yourself a powerhouse of Africa, your country need to be a powerhouse.
Oh
It's
my
not like,
gosh.
yeah,
mm,
and then unfortunately, that's not the case. MBB, as I did a little research,
Mhm.
it's made by Ball, right? I think that's what
mhm.
that's called. That's the name.
Yeah.
They 2020 they founded in 2010. They used to play corporate basketball, and then they gravitated towards a more competitive level. And then now they're in the BAL. They're gonna host. They're gonna host the conference, right? They're gonna be the
Mhm.
host team.
The playoffs. The playoffs.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. A host team. They're gonna be a host team. Then
Yeah.
Hmm.
listen, I think South Africa had got ways to go in terms of promoting basketball because they got other sports. They got rugby, cricket, football, obviously. But they had netball. They have all these other sports, this British sports also. But I think they started a little bit, there's the point guard, Lebesa Selepe, the guard.
Mhm.
He's got a
Mhm.
Puma. He's got a Puma deal. Puma South Africa. He's decked down in Puma, like making commercials for Puma. So that's a start. And then
Mm-hmm.
it was their South African Puma branch that hooked up with Petro through Afro Ballers, and they got a connection. They linked up, and now Petro is sponsored by Puma South Africa, not Puma US, not Puma Europe yet. I think
Mm-hmm.
he's they got a great coach, Sam Vincent, played with Michael Jordan. Yep. He coached Nigeria, if I'm not mistaken, before. He like listen, played. His name, his rec is worldwide recognized, whatever, because he was a great player, and now he's trying to change the culture, the basketball culture in South Africa. They have what it takes. They have infrastructure. They got the
They got
money.
money,
Yeah, they got the population. They got all
facts.
this. Yeah, they and then listen. All South Africans love to do is dance. So it's translate that to
Stop.
basketball. Yo, they love to dance. Those kids, man. Do you see that thing? Did you see those videos of those kids dancing? And I was like,
Yeah.
yo, give him a ball, man. Get him instead of just get him, teach him the crossover. So yeah, so I think South Africa, it's going to be a force to be reckoned with in the future
Mm-hmm.
if they
Mm-hmm.
stick to the program. They got listen. Last time at the when was it they had a conference. It was the arenas were packed.
Yeah,
The first
packed.
Kalahari conference
Yeah,
With
in
the
South
Cape Town
Africa.
Tigers, correct?
yeah.
Yes, in Pretoria.
Yeah.
It was packed. So I mean,
And the vibe was lit. The
I
vibe
know.
was lit.
So they,
Yeah.
they know they have the blueprint. They have the
Mm.
blueprint. Just follow, and then another thing is, I think NBA Academy opened some something over
Something
there.
there.
You
They've
know,
got an
Mm-hmm.
office there, right?
Yo, they
NBA
got an
has an
office. Yeah,
office there.
they
Yeah.
got an office there.
Yeah.
So I think South Africa we'll start talking about South Africa more and more as the years, because they got listen, one of my favorite players. Remember when they signed Zaire Wade, and I was like, come on, why are you doing all this with Zaire Wade? They got some Chele,
Yes,
you know.
I do like
Why?
watching him play.
He's a dog, he's a
Yeah,
dog. And
he
then
knows
and
what he's
then
doing.
and then a lot of my South African brothers got a I don't know how to pronounce that name because they got this sound that I
Oh,
don't
that
know. Yeah, I don't know.
The
yeah.
His name is Pele. So I don't know how to say
Stop.
that. No, that's his name. I swear to God, his name is not Chella. It's Pele. Listen,
Barely.
if you're
Barely.
from South Africa, yeah, this is I don't know how to pronounce that. Hey, I got to learn. Anyways, but let's stick it to MBB. I don't know who else they
Also,
gonna.
Emmanuel Shine is on their team. So Emmanuel Shine actually is a writer as well for basketball, and
Okay,
I've not seen him play, but he's good at his job. So I'm assuming he's good at basketball as well. That's what I'm gonna say. Shout out to you, Emmanuel. I I want you to win. I just don't want your team to win.
to
I
it.
don't know how else to explain that to you. Yeah.
Oh my God.
listen, they signed one. They signed a Belgium forward. He was born in
Mm-hmm.
Gambia. His name is
Oh,
Omar Tielemans. I think that's the pronouncing name. They signed an American kid, a point guard, Jovan Mooring. So this kid is legit. He played at UNLV and he played at G League. He played at G League. Let me see which Mad Ants. Yeah,
okay.
and then they
Indiana.
got yeah Mad Ants. So and then there's a Marcus Mukwena. But that's another thing. We don't know if the roster is going to be there because I cannot predict
Yeah,
a starting five.
it's
You
true.
know, I cannot predict a
True.
starting five because they have like Devon Fachi, this guy from Zimbabwe. He was playing like 34 minutes a
Mm,
game and road to BAL. I don't know if he's going to be relegated to the
Mm-hmm.
bench
still
Yeah,
again.
yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's a good
I,
point.
I'm not a futurologist. All I'm saying is like, okay, MBB. Let's make it like okay if you guys, I'm not gonna be like Deji, like oh you hosting and you're gonna make it. No, I predict, it's gonna be tough because, yeah, but they playing already. That's another thing. These Americans they went there already, so they got training camp and they playing.
Oh, they've already been playing with them.
Yeah, they played it. Yeah,
Mm.
there's
Oh,
even a there's
that's
Oh,
different.
yeah,
okay.
there's
Okay.
even a YouTube channel from a player. Like he discusses like his everyday like
Yeah,
a
yeah.
day in a life.
A day
You
in
know
the
what I'm talking
life
about, right?
of a basketball
A
player in
pro
South
basketball.
Africa.
No
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
way.
yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
watch. I watch. I forgot his name, but the kid is. Listen, he's super athletic. You can tell he's above in
Mhm.
terms of skill set. He's better than
Yeah.
you know.
Mm-hmm.
But then they didn't do like Cape Town Tigers. Oh, let's get Billy Preston and come, former NBA
Yeah.
player, and then just come here play. No. Give it to Billy. Give it to Billy. No,
Mm.
I hope it's going to be a more cohesive team and
Mhm.
team play going to be present. So I'm saying like they're gonna go 3-3. They're gonna
Interesting.
go 3-3.
Interesting.
That's
Wait,
my
it's
Okay.
that's
APR and who? Who's the other team again?
APR and
it's
Nairobi.
yeah.
Nairobi,
Mm.
they did sign
Okay.
Evans Ganapamo,
James,
No,
shooter.
hi
Yes.
Evans. Nice to see you again. It's
they
been a
used to play
minute,
for
man.
Cape
I don't know
Town.
where
They
you've
used to play
been.
for Cape Town.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, he used to play for
Yeah.
Cape Town. Evan,
And if
I've
I'm
said
not
this before. He's one of those gems that like he's always been in the wrong team, and I feel like he's always out of position, so he never gets the shine because he's always being forced to do a job that he shouldn't really be doing. So I'm hoping
exactly.
this time he's where he's supposed to be. Let's see.
Hmm. And there's one I always forget his name, but he used to play BAL for so long with Slack, the American guy.
With Slack.
Um yeah, he used to play with
Oh,
Slack.
yeah. He just signed now, right? The APR
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
talking about.
He
Who
did
did he
sign with
sign? Yeah,
APR.
yeah. What's it?
Um
Dwayne? Is it Dwayne or not? Dane
Dane
something.
Miller Jr.
Dane Miller. Yeah,
Dane
yeah,
Miller
Oh,
Jr.
Miller is
signed
he's
with
yeah,
back.
APR.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
he is back.
he's back. He's
So,
back. Okay.
so me, I'm thinking that it will be kind of more Sahara Conference than the Kalahari Conference in terms
Oh,
of
really?
record of the teams. I mean,
No
for
6 and
me,
no
they won't.
0-6. Yeah,
We won't have 6-0.
yeah.
No, there's no way.
Mm.
Yeah, no. I don't think so. I think APR. Who else is on APR? Do we know?
Um, Aliou Fadiala,
Oh yeah, the
the
dunker.
Mutombo Defensive Player of the
Yeah,
Year, is there.
yeah.
They
Damn.
have, they have, they have. Which this guy is also back from injury. Um, Adonis Fighter is back from injury.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
He ruptured his Achilles.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, but he's
Okay.
back and he played this year's National League. It's going
Mm.
to
the
be
guy,
epic. It's
that
going to be
Senegalese
something.
guy, Ndoye something. This big dude from Senegal. The guy that played.
Yusuf
Yeah,
Ndoye.
yeah,
Yes,
Wait,
they
he's
did
an
sign.
APR.
yeah,
Yep.
What?
yeah,
Okay, now this conference just got more interesting. Like what? I didn't know all these players were there. Okay.
yeah.
Here's what I think.
And they
I
got
think
Randall,
oh
this
oh
point guard that used to play
Randall,
for the Knicks.
yes.
He used to play for
Yes,
the
Yes.
Knicks.
yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I think unfortunately maybe Tripoli or MMB go third and fourth. I think
yeah.
that's what might
APR
happen.
number one. APR number one. They got
APR number one.
Nairobi
Nairobi City
City.
Thunder, maybe a two.
Hmm.
But I'm interested to actually no. I think Nairobi City Thunder goes third. I think Tripoli goes second
And you
because
telling
It's going
Tripoli's
to
MBB
got a
be.
nice
fourth?
roster.
No,
Who?
It's going
MMB
to be.
four?
MBB's not gonna go fourth. They're gonna.
For
So
me,
They're
I
what you
don't
hosting
think
it.
think so.
Nairobi's going
They're
fourth?
hosting it.
That
They're
doesn't
hosting it. No, but this is they're hosting it.
if
But
you're
didn't I
hosting, you
tell
can't go
you?
last.
Didn't I tell you that Deji was gonna miraculously
Honestly,
miss out? Yeah,
You did
remember?
say that. You did
I
say that.
did. 'Cause, yeah. Whatever. We'll talk off camera. We'll talk off camera.
Wait, hold
all
on. Doesn't
right.
that mean from the first conference, the host went fourth? From the second conference, the host went fourth. So the third conference,
No. The first conference, the Kalahari conference in Morocco, Fus de Rabat finished third.
Oh
oh,
yeah.
third. Okay,
Third.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
All right,
fourth,
my bad. But they didn't qualify.
third, fourth, and then second. Now it's gonna
Second.
be second.
We
Because I
shall
don't want
see.
Or-
any assumptions, yeah, like I don't be insinuating that I got beef with my Southern African brothers, man. They're like my brothers,
Lols.
my neighbors.
all right, guys. We're gonna wrap this up before the quiz, but for the South African guys, drop in the comments where or in which position MBB is going to finish in this conference. Are they going to come back with the qualification or will they stay in Kigali? Drop in the comments.
Guys, APR guys, don't let these South Africans do you dirty. Come and rep your team, please. Let them know that APR is going first. Let's be very clear about what's happening here. As for Kenya, I love you too, but we have to be honest with ourselves, don't we? It's life,
Hmm.
innit? People are gonna hate me. Lucy, cut that out.
All
All
right,
right.
guys, are you ready for the rematch? Are you guys ready for the quiz?
I mean, not really, but
Notes, notes, notes. Here we go.
I've
I
got my
told you in the
papers.
group, I told you in the group chat, today's quiz is all about history.
Sorry, can we just before we start, Deji, where are you? I just like where actually where are you? You and your 10,000 fans. What is the point? We come out here every week, it's
No,
the same time, it's the same place, and you
it went
don't
up to
show.
14K. It went up to
Oh, he's got
14K.
14K fans. Why are you following him? He's not even on the podcast. Stop following him. Start following us. That's it. I'm ready for the quiz now.
All right, guys, if you're ready, let me know. We're gonna go
Oh,
straight for question number one.
Let's go.
All right, question number one.
How many questions?
There's 5 questions.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
Each question has a bonus point, but for 2 or 3 questions, you have 2 bonus questions.
Here we go. Let's go.
All right, question number one. In the middle table of the Afro Basket Man,
shut up. What does that mean?
the middle, the number of middle African teams won the Afro Baskets, right?
Sure.
Give me the top 3 countries.
That's a joke, bruv. When you say middle, are you saying like one, two, three are top, and then you want four, five, six? Is that what you're asking for?
No, no, I'm asking for the yeah top 1, 2, 3. You give
Yeah.
me the country. If you find the country in order, like the top 3, 1, 2, 3, you
Okay.
have the 3 points,
Yes.
1 point per country, right? And
No,
there are
but
2 bonus points.
but I don't understand the middle like the so there's 16
The
teams, right?
number
That's
of
what.
medals. No, no,
Medals.
no,
He
no,
said,
no.
Oh,
oh, he said
medals. Oh,
medals.
Medals.
the
Sorry.
medals.
I thought you
Okay,
said the
okay.
middle of the
Medals.
The middle,
table.
meaning
No, 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 no. Medals. Yeah.
like
So
So
all
you're
give me the top
time.
asking
three. All
the
time. Afrobasket men all time.
Afro
Oh, come on,
basket men all
it's
time.
easy.
Top
All
three.
right.
Okay. Okay. I understand the question. Okay.
All
Okay.
right.
Okay. Hold on.
First bonus point. Find the numbers of medals per
Oh
team.
no. No way. No way.
What, like gold medals?
The
Or all
number,
medals?
the
You're doing
total number
too
of
much.
medals.
Mm,
Let us do the first top. Let us do the top 3 first.
okay. Can
Mm.
I? Let's go. I'm done. I'm
Wait,
done.
wait, hold on, hold on. Wait, wait.
I'm
Hold
wrong,
on.
but yeah,
Wait, wait, wait. Hmm.
I'm wrong, but
There's
Five,
number of.
four.
Wait,
No,
sorry. The question is number
just
of
mention.
total medals from one to three, or gold
No, no,
medals from
no.
one to three.
Give
oh,
me
total
the
medals.
name. No, give me
Oh,
the name of the countries who got
Oh,
the
we got
most medals in
all
Afrobasket
together.
men. Yes, the top 3, not all together.
Okay,
Top 3.
okay. I'm done. Here we go. Can I?
okay. I think I understand. Yeah.
Yeah, 3, 2, 1.
Oh,
Okay.
Angola, Senegal, Egypt. Angola, Tunisia, Senegal. P-Funk, you
Okay.
have 3 points.
Damn it!
OG, you got two.
I knew Egypt would creep it. Egypt has. Oh wait, and you want to know the number of medals? Yes.
oh,
Hold on.
Yes,
Let me
so
write mine down.
the proper order is Angola, Egypt, and then Senegal.
So Angola, Egypt, and then you want to
And
know all the total number of medals.
oh
yes,
Lord.
so per country, give me the total number of medals per team
Oh, okay, I'm just
Okay.
for
gonna.
2 more points.
Okay.
Wait, wait.
Do you want a
Wait.
hint?
Yeah, go on.
It's the same
Yeah.
for the 3 teams. It's the same total of medals for the 3 teams.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna say, hold on.
P-Funk, you wrote 18, right?
Yeah.
Carol, you wrote 21. P-Funk is closer. The answer is 17.
Actually, shut up. I don't want to play anymore. I'm going home.
Fever connection's not working. Cracks in the armor.
Let's go for the second bonus point in the same question.
Oh, okay.
So do I get
Which
a
team
do I
has
get an approximation point?
No, you got one
uh
point. There's no approximation
no, no,
point.
there's 1 point. So Ifunk, you have
Trying
so
it.
far you have 4 points, and
Okay.
OG is having 2 points.
Okay.
Hmm.
The bonus number two question is for these teams: Angola 17 medals, Egypt 17 medals, and Senegal 17 medals. I want the exact number of medals in gold, silver, and bronze.
Okay, let me try.
Okay.
For all three of them.
Yes, for all three of them. If you
Shows and
find, you have 2 points.
okay, I should know Angola. Wait, Angola. Okay, wait. No, it's not writing. Come on, Scott.
Hmm.
Okay, wait. Okay, there we go.
Angola, how many golds, how many silver, how many bronze? Egypt, how many
Okay.
gold, silver, and bronze? Senegal, how many gold, silver, and bronze? Another hint is that Egypt and Senegal have the same
Amount of
number of
golds.
medals from gold medal for gold, silver, and bronze medal.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
But how can it be the same? It's 17. It can't be the same number.
That's
As
Oh
in,
17.
they
yeah.
have the same number of gold, same number of silver, same.
Ah, okay, okay. I was like,
Yes. Yeah.
okay. I mean,
Just try to guess before.
okay.
How many times
Uh,
has Senegal come second? That's crazy.
Are you guys ready?
yeah.
No.
What those- those-
Ah,
Okay.
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 Okay, this is mine. Ooh, that looks hard to read, but hopefully you can see.
Angola 11, 4, and 2.
Yes, no. I thought that was the right answer, yeah.
No, it can't
Oh,
be
it's
because
11, 3, and 4.
3 and 4. Yeah. Oh yeah, I made a mistake. So two. My bad.
Yeah.
I counted
11,
wrong. No,
11
yeah.
gold, 4 silver, and 2 bronze.
There you go.
Is that correct?
Is correct for Angola. Egypt
Thank- Yes.
5, 6, and 6, which is the same
Oh,
for
I have
Senegal.
five. I have 575.
I just want you to know that
So
that's what I put. 5,
5,
oh,
6, and 6. All
5,
right.
6, and 6.
Yo, I have
Okay.
four. I have four.
So
Four.
there's a tie. OG, you got 4 points.
Thank you.
Punk, you have 4 points.
Okay.
Oh,
Let's
thank you,
go for
Jesus.
question number two. Question number two. Are you guys ready?
Yep.
Yeah.
Since the creation of AfroBasket men competition, which team missed the competition only once?
Okay.
I feel like that's a trick question.
Yeah.
Since the creation of AfroBasket men, which team missed the competition only once?
I think he wants it to be
There's
Angola, and I
there's
don't think it
there's a
is
there's a bonus question.
When was it?
Angola.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet that's what it is. All right, I'm gonna put my answer. I
Three,
think he's
2, 1. Which answer is that? OG, is that Senegal?
no, it's whatever the correct answer is.
Wait, what? The exact answer is Senegal with
Yes, that's the
30
correct. That's the one I want,
Yo, but
participations.
wait,
and
but
that's
wait.
what I wrote.
She
Senegal.
put
See,
two. She put
did
No,
two.
you
no,
not
no.
see?
She
Do
does.
you not see the
She
crossing out?
no,
Do
no,
you not see
no.
the crossing out?
She does. She doesn't. She doesn't have no point.
What do you mean I don't have a point?
I asked you
Yeah,
which answer is it? Is it Senegal or
yeah,
Angola?
it's
You
And she
said
Senegal.
said,
That's why
whatever.
I
she
crossed
said,
out Angola. You can literally see the line. I crossed out
she said,
Angola. I don't know what you're telling me.
whatever the one,
Well,
whichever is
yeah,
right. That's what she
No,
said.
guys, let's call a spade a spade. You can see my answer clearly says
yeah,
Senegal. I've
yeah.
crossed out Angola. Thank you.
All right, Senegal, you
Try
have
it.
the
Try
point.
it. Yes.
You have the point. And the bonus point, which year did they
Oh,
miss
I don't know.
that
I don't know.
edition? You don't have any
Can
guess?
you just remind me? Afro baskets were in even years, correct?
No, odd years.
No, I thought women were the odd years.
No. Is it? No,
Oh,
Afrobasket was odd.
No.
13, 11, 9,
oh
odd.
yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah.
So the
Okay.
number
I
is odd.
was
Can you just tell me? Does it start with a 20 or a 19? That's all I need to know. I think that's fair, and we could just guess from there. 20 or
Z-
a 20 or a 19.
Zero.
It
Like
starts with zero.
no, 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 no. All right, let me give you a hint. All right, let me give you a hint.
Yes.
Let me give you a hint. For that bonus point is between the very first Afrobaskets.
Oh my gosh.
To make things easier for
It
both
started
of
in
you guys,
1965, correct?
no, no, no. You have a choice between those two: 1962, 1964, and 1966.
Okay. Well, it's one of three.
Funk, you
I
need
didn't get
that point.
I didn't get what you said. You said between what?
1962, 1964, and 1966.
I've made a guess.
Three,
Me too.
two, one.
65.
Yeah, but he didn't say 65. He said 64,
It's
62, and
62.
66.
It's
Ah,
62. The
The
very
first one.
first Afro-Basket,
um,
man.
Dang.
Senegal wasn't in there.
maybe
Okay.
All
nobody
right.
told them about it.
Let's go for question number
So she's
three,
leading
which is
5-4, right?
Yes, I
who?
am. I'm leading
She's
five
leading
four.
5-4.
Yeah, 5-4. Bio point.
Because
Let's
I didn't
go.
get my approximation thing.
Winner,
Let's
winner,
go.
winner, winner.
Question number three. Mali finished second in the 2019 Under 19 FIBA World Cup.
World Cup?
World Cup. Mali, the men's.
Oh
Mali
yeah, because they played USA in the
2019.
finished.
fight.
Yeah, yeah,
Hold
true,
on.
true, 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 true,
Yeah.
true.
Mali finished second in the 2019 Under 19 World Cup. Who did they play against for 1 point? 3, 2, 1. USA. Correct. So, OJ, you got 6. Ifong, you got 5. The bonus question is for 4 points.
Uh-uh.
Yes. I made this one tricky. Give give me the Malian players who made it to the All-Star 5. 2
Sorry,
points per player. I gave you a hint already, so
but how, you said there's 1 point per. Wait, but you can't have four Mali players in the All Star five. It wouldn't
hold
have
on.
worked.
Hold on. Let me repeat. I
Okay.
said the bonus question is 4 points, right?
Hmm.
And I said give me the Malian players' names who made it to the All-Star 5. 2 points per player.
Okay, sorry.
So you should know, like, if I say 2 points per player and the
Sorry,
question
my
is
bad.
for four
My bad.
points, hint. You want
Yeah.
a hint?
Nah.
Yeah, of course,
All
of
right.
course.
She said no.
Of
No, give
course.
us the hint. Maybe I'm wrong and I'll cross it out.
Okay. The hint,
I know one guy,
one
he's in
of
the
them,
States. I know one guy, he's in the States.
one
He's going
of
to the
them,
draft now.
one
I know what you're talking about.
yeah, one of them has
Yeah,
declared for the NBA
yeah.
draft this year.
I know him. I don't know the other one.
Oh, that's not.
Make
That's
sure
not.
the
That's not.
second one is playing for the national team, the
The one
senior
that
national
declared for
team.
the draft. What does his last name begin with?
Nope,
Yo, that's
I can't
That's
tell.
not fair.
okay.
Okay, is
So
it
wait.
A? Is it
If we get
B?
if we get one player, we get 2 points. Then there's a 4 point part.
Yes,
Okay, got you.
yeah. 5, 4,
I don't know.
3, 2, 1. Umar Balo.
Koulibaly
Yes.
and Drame. That's what I put.
Oh no, OG, you got it wrong. Pifong, you got 2 points.
2 points. Okay, because come on,
Wait, how did?
So
Okay, what were the names of the players then?
Umar Bolo. I
Siriman
know only one.
Kanute, Siriman
That's what.
Kanute,
Oh,
from Mali
Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah.
and Omar Balo from Mali.
Yeah, okay, okay. All right.
Kulabali was actually meant to say Canute. You just don't
Ah,
understand my
see,
handwriting.
So wait. So it's 6-4, 6-5. I'm winning.
you got yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
No,
That's
7-6, 7-6.
7-6,
7-6. Okay.
7-6.
7-6.
Yes.
I don't like
Look
this.
how
I
happy
don't like
is
it
he.
at all.
Okay.
Question number 4. Senegal always got a medal in every AfroBasket women they did participate,
Fairs.
How many now? Okay.
at the exception of 2 times. So since 1965, no,
Lord have mercy.
1966, they've been they've been collecting those medals, right?
Hmm.
At the exception of 2 times. One time was in 1966, where they finished fourth.
That's a shame.
Which year was the second time?
I don't know.
Okay, does it begin with a 19 or a 20?
Let me let me get back again. It's quite
Okay.
easy, huh? It's quite
Is
easy.
it?
Yes. Listen well to the name of the country and
Senegal.
the name of the competition. I'm saying it again. Senegal always got a medal in every Afro basket women they did participate, at the exception of 2 times. One was in 1966, where they finished fourth. Which year was the second time?
Um,
Okay.
If you look at the history, if you look at history,
How will I look?
the second
Can
the
I Google
second time
it?
the second time is in the 2000s.
Is it?
oh.
The second time is in the 2000s.
I can't say
Oh, I know.
much more.
I was there. Hold on. Hold on. I know. I know. Which which
It's quite
which one
easy.
was it? Yes, it is easy. I was there. Hold on. Which one? Uh,
The
uh
question is worth 2 points. Pifong, you got to know this one.
okay, I got it.
The
Senegal
question is.
always got a medal in every AfroBasket women they did participate, at the exception of
Oh
2 times.
yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I know what it was. I know what it
That's
was.
it. As soon as he hits you, you're like,
Okay, I know what it was. Okay, okay.
All
Oh, I'm
right.
bored. Okay, yeah.
okay.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 2021 is the correct answer for 2 points.
Because you know what, he got us with his like 1960, and I
Yeah,
was thinking
I
it's got
was
to be
like, what?
back.
And then he said, with the exception, I was like, oh wait, I remember that game.
See?
It was
So
ridiculous.
2021 was the year they did not get a medal.
Yeah, it was quite
Bonus
sad.
question. Bonus
Oh Lord.
question.
What is
Give
the
me the
bonus?
final rank, the final rank for that 2021 competition
We
for
talked
three
about it
Oh,
last
the
time.
whole, yeah, we did this last time.
Yeah. Okay.
Three, two,
Wait, hold on.
1.
How many positions?
Three.
No, the
Oh, just the
rank, the
three?
final rank of Senegal.
Oh,
Oh, I don't know.
oh, you mean like the FIBA ranking?
No. The ranking of the competition in 2021, Afrobasket women. You have Nigeria who won,
Oh,
second,
okay, I
Mali,
understand. Don't tell
third.
us.
It's easy. It was in Cameroon, P-Funk.
Yes, we know, we
I
know.
remember, yeah, but I don't know exactly when it was.
Got it.
But it's easy. I said it in the question.
He said it in the question, bro. But don't help him. Help
Okay.
me.
I'm just gonna. I don't know.
I
It's
said
either
at the
I got
exception of
two.
two
I got
times.
two.
You need to cross one, P-Funk. You need to cross one. Three, two,
Okay, yeah.
1. All right. Fourth place for 3 points. So,
P-Funk, why
P-Funk,
didn't you
you
just get it
had
wrong?
you have 12.
He's
OG,
got
you
10.
got no, you got 12 points, and OG you got 11.
It's the last
Okay.
question now. It was over, right?
Was that the last
Yes,
question?
The last question now, but the last
It's over.
question is really, really, really difficult. I didn't make that easy. We're gonna talk about maybe the best point guard in Africa. Hear me out
My face
really
did the
clear.
same thing.
Hear me out really clear. Give me the accolades of Solo
I
Diabate
knew it was going to be solo.
BAL since 2021.
Like with positions did he like
No,
the
I just want what did he win? What are the accolades that he won since 2021?
I mean you won.
In
Okay.
2021, what did he win? 2022, same thing.
Okay.
2020, blah blah blah. 2023, 2024,
Oh
2025.
yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
Is it just the
Okay.
medals, or like if you got like MVP and stuff, we have to put that too?
No, you mentioned MVP and medals
Okay.
for the first answer. MVP and medals. When I say MVP, it's defensive player of the year,
Yeah, yeah,
offensive
yeah,
player of the
yeah.
year, all star, blah blah blah.
Oh, I need to put if he was an all star as well. Okay, hold on.
I
But they
mean,
don't really tell people who's all star and stuff.
They do at the
Yeah,
end.
lies.
P-Funk, you got this. If not,
okay. I mean,
OJ will beat you
I'm
by one
stuck.
point.
I'm stuck.
I will make things easier. What did he win in 2021? What
Yeah,
did
we
he
got
win
it.
in 2022? What did he win in 2023? In 2024?
Okay, I'm ready.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right.
This is what you
Gold.
meant, right? Or you didn't mean it
Yeah.
like this? Okay.
No, this is what
Yeah,
I
but
meant.
you won 21. You won in 22.
Champions in 2021 and 2022. So if you mention this one, you have 1 point per year, which is two
Okay.
points.
Yep, I've
He
got that.
was BAL vice champion in 2024 with Al Ali.
Yeah, but he didn't win. He didn't win anything. He said what he
He was
won.
a vice champ.
No, vice champ was the first loser.
Well, I put silver, so I should get a point for that.
What
Yeah.
did he win? He didn't
Silver.
win.
He
I'll
won
get the
silver
point for that.
medal.
Yeah, that's a
Oh
medal.
yeah,
You see, he said accolades. So in my
yeah,
head,
true,
that's
true.
everything
Yeah,
that's an
yeah, yeah,
accolade.
yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yep.
I only
hmm
So
considered it.
hmm
BAL vice champs in 2024. That's
hmm
1 point. And BAL all defensive first team in 2024.
I put all star. Does that count or it doesn't count?
Doesn't count. Doesn't count. All star. So
Okay,
it's a
fine.
tie. It's a tie,
I got
Hold
three
on.
right.
Hold on. You got 3
and I got two, so
and
it's a tie.
P-Funk. So that's
A
15
tie.
and 15.
It's a
14
tie.
and 14.
Yeah.
Hold on. The question is not finished.
Oh
Uh,
Lord.
Bonus number 1.
number one, you know.
In which year Solo Diabate was the stat leader in 3-point made? In
No
which
idea.
year?
No idea. It's
So
gonna
it
be.
was,
In BAL or in Afrobasket.
yes, in BAL. So
This is a complete mess.
there's 1 year. Let me give you, it's between the year that he has been champ. He has been a
Okay.
champ.
So
So
there's a
in that
50
specific
percent
year,
chance.
yes. So in that specific year, he held the record of, I mean, he held the most 3-point percentage.
Okay. All right. I've made my guess and
Me
I'm
too.
sticking with it. No, why did you guess the same as me?
Oh, you guys, 2021 is the correct
Ah!
answer.
I just deleted
For
one.
one more point,
Okay.
can you guess the percentage?
No idea.
Exact percentage or just
The one who's closer. The one who's
yeah? Who
closer.
one's
Yes,
closer?
the
Okay.
ones the one who is closer. A
Okay.
hint is that it's not in the 40%.
So it's lower than 40.
It's not lower than 40.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay.
I mean, it's a guess, right? Pedro, please get it wrong. Wait, what did you put,
It's
Pedro? 51.
hold on, 51 and 62. I have to guess it right. I think I didn't answer that one. I didn't wrote that one. But I do think um who
OG.
who made the who wrote 50 51?
I did.
Is that you?
If he
Pifon?
wins, best believe don't talk to me. Don't talk to me if he wins.
Do you hear me?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
we heard you. Yeah.
I put
I
51.
think
Yeah.
that's my earphones though. Hold on. You hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Let me verify this one real quick.
Da-na-na-na-na-na. Da-na-na. It's a VAR like this. He's going. He's going to check. Check.
I just want everyone to know if Pedro wins this, Marcel and I are no longer friends.
All right.
I will not be
So
helping.
this is the answer. Best 3-point
Mhm.
percentage in BAL 2021 with 59.1%.
So I get it. I win because I put
Yeah.
62.
Yeah, I'm done.
Hold on. Hold on. It's not finished yet. OG is
No,
not finished yet.
why? I won. I got the point.
Yes,
I
you
win.
got the point. But the question is not
Thank you.
finished.
Thank you.
Oh, okay.
The last one is which is bonus number 2
Why?
with Petro de Luanda in 2023.
Oh,
He had the perfect percentage. In a specific field, I mean a specific percentage, he got 100% in petrol in
Okay.
2023 with petrol. Which stat is that?
it's probably going to be free throws. That's the easiest thing to get 100 in.
Three, two, one. Bifon, what did you wrote? Free throw, free throw, free throw is the
Free
correct
throw.
answer.
I told you,
So at the end of
and I still win.
the day, OG, you got what, 16 points or 15? 16 points.
She got 16. I got
And
15.
P-Funk, you got 15 points.
Fever connection beats me again. That's what it
I
is.
just, I
I'm
just
calling
want
it.
to.
I'm
I
calling
want
it.
everyone to know if you study hard, you too can be just like me.
You just won by one.
By one. The last time she won by one
Sorry,
too.
a win is a win. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter how I got here. The fact is, I'm standing on top.
Yo.
Congrats, OG. Congrats for today's victory.
Thank you.
It's a
Thank you.
good
This was
victory,
a
yeah?
hard one. I was scared.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. I actually feel like I worked hard for
what
it.
can you say about it, P-Funk? She did beat you again.
Joe, I lost. I lost. She did. She did. She's on a roll. She's on a roll. But hey, I think it's because I'm gonna.
Deji didn't show up.
Yeah, Daddy didn't show up, and Jonathan didn't show up.
Mhm,
But it's all good. I like to listen. I learned. I learned something today.
mhm.
So everything we come out here not to just dish knowledge, but also learn. So I think it's yeah, it humbled me a little bit because I was like all cocky. I want to win again, but yeah, at least I didn't lose with an Angolan question. So
Yeah,
that's
definitely.
good. That, but yeah, I mean, hey, hey, I'm gonna be here next week.
Mhm.
We're gonna keep fighting.
Of
But
course.
yeah, if it, like I said, FIBA connection is still alive. They started in the beginning like, yo, hey, let's pretend we don't, we're not in cahoots. But yeah, I see, bro. But it's all good. No, but I bow down, accept my defeat. I'm gonna go. We win. When we win, we win. When we lose gracefully.
Mm.
All right.
That's really
Thank you.
good.
All right.
I'm not a graceful loser at
Thank
all.
you so much. Thank you so much, guys. It has been a great pleasure to host episode 20. We spent like 2 hours recording this show. Yeah.
It's supposed to be 45 minutes. Come on, man. I got places
Facts.
to be,
Yeah,
man.
just
I got places to be.
Got things to
yeah,
do.
just to let you know, guys, how good and exciting it is to talk about basketball, African basketball to be specific. But we are just going to close it out. Thank you so much, guys, for following us. Today's quiz has been good, subject and hot topic as well. So if you enjoyed, like, share, and subscribe. Share with anyone. Share the link. You can follow us on X, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and you can listen to us on Spotify, Apple Music, as well the audio version on YouTube. I'll pass the mic to OG, in which he will give us a final thoughts.
So when you hear this, the AfroBasket 2025 draw will have happened. So my question is going to be, what makes a winning AfroBasket team? And we'll discuss next week.
Being called Angola. I'm out.
Okay, goodbye. Turn this off. Lucy, I'm out. I'm not doing this no more. I'm
Thank
done.
you. Bye bye.